First up is going to be our Community Service Committee report by Sarah Buck.
Is it the red asterisk or arrow? All right, well, good afternoon. Thank you for coming today. So this is one of our club assembly meetings where we provide an overview of what's been going on in the club, and I have the honor of starting. So I am the co-chair of the Community Service Committee with Wes, and I just want to give a shout out to our small but mighty committee. We have great meetings, great people who are involved. So this is who attends our committee meetings and comes up with great ideas. So I just want to provide a bit of an overview of the projects that we've had so far in 2023 since July. So we have a couple that are ongoing, and then a couple that have already passed, and then a couple that are, or one at least, that's coming up. So one of the ongoing ones is the Cornerstone Meal Prep and Delivery that Alita helps to coordinate. Alita, do we have one of those coming up soon? Okay, so this is something that we can be involved in on a weekly basis. So you can ask Alita about that. I think that information is also generally in the gyrator. Another ongoing project that Wes spearheads is the dictionary project, where we go to schools, third grade classrooms, and deliver dictionaries. So with the new school year, we can get that going again. In July, we had the Fernando Jones Blues Camp, where Mr. Jones brings in kid musicians, and it's just amazing to see these kids play all these different instruments and sing. And then our committee sponsors the Blues Camp Kid of the Year. And so we go and we present to this kid. Also in July, we had the Jesse White Trunk Party, which of course is an annual event where we bag goods for those who are going to be freshmen in college. We did a volunteer event with Bike the Drive in September that just happened. So we had about half a dozen of our Rotarians and friends went out and were volunteers at different places for Bike the Drive. We have our CPS grants volunteer opportunities. We have our first one for this new batch coming up on September 29th, which is a Friday. So hopefully with it being on a Friday from 3 to 4, maybe we can get one or two people to go out. This particular grant was for children with special needs to set up what they call a sensory room. It helps to provide a calming area in the classroom for children with different needs. And so what we would be doing on that Friday is helping to set up this room with the materials that were purchased from that grant. So that is September 29th. The location is located in the gyrator, as well as the registration link. So if you are able to attend that, do make sure that you register. You will have to complete the CPS background check. And then, as I mentioned last week, we have a new program sponsored by the Community Service Committee with the college scholarships. This is a service-based college scholarship for anyone attending school in the city of Chicago, a 2-year or 4-year institution. And so we've started collecting those applications. That due date is November 30th. And so the committee will get together at the end of November, beginning of December, look through those applications and select our first scholarship award winners from our committee. And with that, I will turn it over to Shada and Marga for international service.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining today. I'm Shayda Calderwood Marga, and we co-chair the international services. We have, Marga's going to go through the slides, but I have a couple exciting news at the end that will deliver anyway, right? So I think you guys will all like it. Long waited. So Marga, I'll manage the.
You go ahead. Leave that to him. Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
We were late to turn the slide in.
Okay. So, this is an early state part of the year for us. So, in order not to repeat the projects we mentioned to you in the last meeting, we are focusing again on Latin America with our global grants, as well as other parts of in other continents. So we have grants coming in also from Paraguay, from Ghana, from we maybe do something with Venezuela again, another something else coming from India. So that is still making, it's in the process. We continue to stay in touch with Arai to see what they are doing with Turkey and Ukraine, and also what is going to happen with Morocco and Libya. So, anyways, part of our funds will go to these disaster assistance projects. We are um, partnering with the Rotary Club of Naperville for a project in Lebanon, by which there's a nurse from Naperville who has been going to Lebanon to treat patients in refugee camps. So we're supporting against this young person. So that is, a continuing project. For the first time ever, we are doing a global grant with a Rotaract club. And this is a club from Belgrade. As some of you know, Milios Milivojevic, he's a Rotaractor, very, very good friends of the club. So this is a grant that involves a lot of training and advocacy for sign language, because as of today, for some reason that we quite don't understand yet, but if you are deaf, you're not counted in the national census of Serbia. So, there's no sign language in schools, government offices, hospitals, and anywhere really. The other thing is we continue partnering with the first 5 clubs in the United States to do a project on awareness, prevention, detection, hopefully treatment of cervical cancer. We're hoping in the future this project is going to include vaccinations both for boys and girls for the HPV virus, against the HPV virus. And then there is something that, well, I think that's it for now, right? Am I forgetting one? Oh, yes, we have 2 global grant scholars. We are host partners for Ellen Shu, who came from Hong Kong, and she's doing a master's in economic development at the University of Chicago. And we have sent a Rotaractor from our club, Nick Latimer, whom some of you may know. Nick has been in Cairo, Egypt, doing another master's in economic development. He was talking for a while to do studies in water diplomacy as well. So, he's in touch with many clubs in Cairo talking about his program. He's studying at the American University in Cairo. You do the visits?
Okay.
And now
Thank you. So the 2 exciting news we have is, because of the COVID, we put a pause on traveling another country, but we are working on for next year, travel to Bolivia. So we are inviting everybody that would like to join. We just started working with the team in Bolivia, and there will be a whole agenda and visiting the country, supporting the projects that we're doing there, as well as staying with the Rotarians in their house. So it'll be a few days of projects. We're working on the details, so more to come. And then the second news we have is Rotary Club of Paris. The team is coming over, planning to come over in May. Not firm yet, but we just got the news on that the other day, and working on the information. So more to come on that. I'm sure we'll have a whole agenda planned, working with Alida and the team. So more to come. Thank you.
Also, what the Rotarians from the Rotary Club of Paris said, that if anybody wants to go to Paris for the Olympics, okay, we can connect you with whoever, so they'll take care of you. Now, this visit from Paris is very preliminary, very in the making. They proposed dates in May. late mid-May, and then for the trip in Bolivia, we're going to be participating in a national medical campaign organized throughout the entire country with participations of Rotarians from all of Bolivia, and we are going to be playing an active role in that campaign. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shada and Marga. Next is membership committee report with Wayman and Andrew.
And you click for me and I click for you. Ooh. Wish I could see it. All right. Good afternoon, Rotarians. How you doing? All right. My name is Wayman Anderson. I've been a Rotarian as far as I joined, and I've been a member of Rotary since 2007. And what I would like to start off by asking you all, why did you join? You don't have to answer it, but just think about, why did you become a member of Rotary? And also, as we sit here today at 2023's Club Assembly, ask yourself, why are you still here? Okay. The membership onboarding, as you can see, why you join. Membership in Rotary offers several benefits, including effective change within the Chicago community, which we are actually doing with a lot of our committee work that Sandra just talked about just previously, and developing leadership skills while having fun. I think Andrew would agree that we want to have fun. uh, and gaining an understanding and having an impact on local and international humanitarian issues, which ties into our international chair's presentation. Go to the next slide. We want to recruit new members, and as you can see, our membership has took a slight dip from 2022 to 2023. 118 in 2022, and then now we currently have 113. Our growth strategy is reclamation. I think we want to, if we're out and we're running and bumping into people while we're out, and through the conversation we find that they were Rotarians and they're no longer Rotarians, we might want to try to find a way to reclaim them, preferably to our club. Social media outreach, diversity, equity, and inclusion in social events. We've jumped down into our recruiting new members, where that's something that we definitely have to continue to do and work hard at. Bring a friend, offer alternate meeting times, run member features more frequently on social media. We want to coordinate membership. And one thing that I think is going to be very important, a very important skill to our membership committee, is communication. I want us to be very high on communicating and working succinctly and amongst each other, very open and honest, and being also transparent with the communication. We definitely want to engage our members, regularly ask members for their thoughts and opinions and suggestions. Reach out occasionally just to check on you all, to see how you're doing. If you had any questions, how do you feel about membership? Perhaps maybe a yearly survey. I was thinking about that. Oh, we have that out already. Boom. So that's great. That's great. So that is about it. What's the next slide? You up next. All right. And then introduce to you Andrew.
Hey, everybody. So my name's Andrew. I'm co-chair here with Wayman. And, Wayman talked about where we're at right now. We, like every other Rotary Club in the U.S., are challenged with membership and growth. It's a real challenge that we have. And everyone here has people that are amazing networks. That's what makes you Rotarians. And you also know people that might be good people out there. But one of the challenges has been for us, I know myself, if I'm talking to someone about Rotary, following through. Right, making sure that if I'm having a good conversation with somebody in my network who might be a good prospect, or just really cool to come check out an event of ours, for example, how can I do that easily? Well, thankfully, finally, I would say finally, We have a new tool, and that's going to be the big announcement of today that the membership committee is going to be helping members set up. It is available today. It is working on DACDB, our current system that we use to run the club, but it's going to allow us to do a couple new things right out the gate from our phones in an app in both the Apple Store as well as Google iOS. So the first most important thing is that anyone here have a conversation with somebody in the last couple of weeks that might be a good Rotarian? Raise your hand. It'd be amazing if you could just go ahead when you're having that conversation, take their name, their email, and send them an application, right? Now you can. The good news is that this is going to be much easier, and we really think we can grow membership tremendously with this tool here this year. The bad news is there's no excuses. So everyone here, if you're out there and talking about it, right, you have no excuse because you can just pull out this app now and send them over either a text message to their phone or an email, works both ways, with the information, and it actually goes back into our prospecting. So our membership team can follow up with that person as a prospect, move them through. The second big thing, anyone here have frustration with the calendar sometime, signing up for events? Raise your hands. There's an app that actually has the calendar on it right now. So we'll be able to sign up for events, future events, and everything that works with it. And then the last part here is that if you have an old picture, for example, you want to update, or if you have some detail, I know, for example, I moved a couple of months ago and I just checked it and my address isn't correct. You can actually update your information within the club, help us keep the right information so we're not wasting postage sending it to some place you moved from 5 years ago. It really can be helpful to keep that in there. Sarah and her committee, there's going to be some things in terms of being able to log volunteer hours and take service selfies down the road, which we'll show you in there. There's going to be some other features also in terms of paying dues. Some of those features and buttons will be in there right now. The ones we're going to focus on for members as we roll it out are going to be the recruiting and the calendar. But as these things continue to kind of go, there's just going to be more ability for you guys to engage. So that's going to be the focus. So if you want to do next slide, want to let everyone invite everyone to download the app right here. So if you have a QR code thingy on your phone and you can scan that, you can always scan it. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here after we give a couple more seconds for people to get that QR code thing going.
Let me know if you need any help. I can help you download it.
And I'm going to let you know, myself and either myself or Joel, who's also a club member here, will be the next couple months, about a half hour before and a half hour after, just to help answer questions that people I'm sure are going to have with this as well. And we can do a special session. So I'm going to quickly share my screen real quick, though, because I want to just show you guys what this looks like here in the last 2 minutes of our presentation. So this is the Ignite app now. If we look, we've got a couple different features in here. You can see myself in my picture. We also have, for example, my information. So if I click on that wheel, I've got my account details I can go into. It's got my information that I can update and save that and change it around. We're going to focus on the two most important things. Now, again, we talked about the calendar being frustrating. Look at this. It's in your pocket. You don't have to go to the thing. You can pull it up and you actually work with this. Now, if you are downloading it and you're wondering how do I log in, it's your DACDB and your same email and password that you use to sign in online for the desktop one. We can register for events. There's some things, again, with uploading service selfies. So when we do more of these amazing volunteer stuff down the road, we'll be able to share that with the world. Thank you, Alita. There we go. There we go. So that's going to be something that you have in your pocket. The other thing here, again, this is where no excuses are in. If you actually have someone you're talking to, just pull out the app, see prospective members. We just need their first name, their last name, and their email or a phone, and you can click done. Immediately then they'll get a link that gets set out and generated with our club application. It allows them to go ahead and have all the information that they need, and most importantly, they're in the CRM system for us in the back end, so we can follow up with them in case they're, still considering. Maybe you want to check it out right there. So, but that's going to be the app right here. I know it's going to be a big help for a lot of things we're trying to do for engagement, but we'll definitely take a quick question. I don't know if I can, Alita, if that's okay. Okay.
Sorry, I was busy downloading the app, but quick question. Will our meeting invitations will be on the app as well, like from international services?
If they're on the calendar for us
Yes.
right now, then they'll be on that as well.
Okay,
So
excellent.
you can see,
Thank
for
you.
example, we've got the 2 different events today
Okay,
that are on
perfect.
here. So long as they're at the calendar and correctly set up in there, that would
Yeah.
be also for other ones as
Okay,
well.
this is wonderful. Thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Anybody else? Awesome. Well, thank you so much from the membership committee.
Cool. No, we still going.
I think that's
Oh,
no,
I'm
that's, no,
sorry.
that's it. I think we have one more slide. It just says thank you from us and everything
Sorry.
like that. So
I know you're trying to get us off.
I think we're
No,
yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
He's good. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to. Okay. Again, Andrew, that is definitely a game changer. That app, like Alita said, I actually downloaded it during one of our meetings. I don't know, we had like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I downloaded it immediately, and it was definitely very useful. So, Rotarians, Rotarians, I want you to join me in a pledge. You don't have to say it, just listen, see if it makes sense. It's a pledge at this club assembly 2023 that I want you to take very seriously. And I ask you to join me in continuing this journey of our founders that our founders began 118 years ago today. Our charge and challenge is to continue the rich legacy of our founders and our predecessors. It's a legacy of strong membership, achievement, leadership, development, integrity, and the service of humankind in the communities and around the globe. And let us resolve to make a lifetime commitment to leadership and positive social change, because Rotarians, we only have a minute, only 60 seconds in it. It was forced upon us, can't refuse it. We didn't ask for it, didn't choose it, but it's up to us to use it. We must suffer if we lose it. We need to give account if we abuse it, and it's just a tiny bit of eternity. This is our time, Rotarians, that we need to use this minute to continue to build our strong membership and continue to build on our legacy. Thank you.
Okay, so now we have the PR and marketing committee. Mark is online and he is going to give a report.
Insurance pay. Hey everybody, hopefully you can hear me and that audio is good. Wish I could be there today, but my new daughter now has COVID, so just they have to keep on happening. But on the PR side, we're continuing to just do great things. We're getting awards. I think there's a slide being shown. The Rotary world is seeing us as kind of a leader in this space.
Mark?
And if you look like the Metro. Oh,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
it's really hard to hear you, so we're gonna have Neetha step in and help you out. Sorry about that.
Thanks, Mark. By the way, with the patients with my meetings and changes. Um, so I think what Mark was saying is that we're doing the usual things that have been working well with our social media and updates, but we added the member spotlight. So our return of the member spotlight. So I think we're going through alphabetical outreaching, but also have a link in the gyrator to share your spotlight. And this is similar to the oh, and there's a form on the tables. Oh, right. We can also please, yeah, fill that out, please. Then we can use that. I think we have the pictures already, so we can add that in. So it just takes. It's very brief, so it only will take 2 minutes, and I'll be happy to help you if you want to. And I mean, this is just coming back to, as Wayman said, it's about us, the members. So we're bringing it back to that focus. And then also, Alita, I think you had even a recommendation of the image, right? To even as we have new members to share their updates and announce them on social media if they wish also. And then I had to put, since we didn't make the cut last time for the certificate, so I wanted to share a little snapshot of the certificate. So what we've been doing is has given us the Triple Threat Award for the district. So congratulations to this group and everybody, all the work. So all the content is really part of it too. So thank you for that. So our meeting is this Thursday, so please drop in if you have any ideas, we want to hear it. And then the other thing is, Joe, keep sharing, and then we will probably look into also discussing sponsorships too. So there'll be opportunities if anybody wants to elevate, their brand and spotlight it on events and things too. So that those are coming soon. Yeah. Okay. And then should I move on to the DEI report? Okay. And then we have also a committee member here as well too, Ryan. So if you have anything to add for this DEI, please let me know too. So we had yesterday a Peace Day event, which thanks to Marshall, Ryan, and Franklin for being there at the table. It was a well-attended event. A lot, lots of kids, adults, the consular corps were there too. So we had our Rotary table. A lot of people stopped by and asked us, what is Rotary? How can kids get involved? How can, and so they've taken the information, and also some people signed up. So we'll be able to follow up with them. So we're trying to do once a month something. And Wayman is also in the committee. Thanks. And we have a slide for that too, I believe, right? Perfect. Thank you.
I can't imagine we took any pictures yesterday.
We have 1,000 pictures, and we'll be sending those. So thanks for that. Those will be coming. Ryan, did you want to add anything about yesterday's?
No, I just enjoyed all the kids and the flags and stuff that you described to me when we were walking around.
Yes. There's a call to peace with each flag being, for every country walking across the stage alphabetically, and either the consular corps or somebody somebody from that culture were there. So and the mayor was there as well too. So it was really a commitment to peace, which Rotary is one of our areas. So it's really worked well for us too. There's the committee members here. So Alejandra, Hervé also are not here, and but they're on the meetings. Oh, sorry, not here oh yeah, Hervé is on. Thank you. I can't see that. But on the calls and things, and Hervé also had a great idea of let's use the fun part for our DEI, since we really could do experiences and make it fun. So we're hopefully doing that every month. So hopefully you will be able to join it. Next month is Haitian American Museum, and it is on Clark Street, just on the north side, and we'll get a tour, a private tour of that. And it's a very historic connection to Chicago as well too. So hopefully everybody can join. Lakeshore Drive was named after a Haitian immigrant, right? Founder. And also the Katie's also on the committee, and Susan. So we are meeting on fourth Tuesday of each month. So please join for that. And then holidays is the other thing, which ties in connecting also PR marketing and the DEI committee. So if you have a holiday that you want to celebrate, or please let us know, because we don't know all the holidays ourselves. So please let us know what's important, because with regard to even celebrating, and then also even just spotlighting it, we want to mention it. So again, it's your club. So thanks. Back to you. Thank you.
Okay, so our Interact report, unfortunately, Northside Prep, we no longer have them as an Interact club. Yeah, it does. The group, the leader of that club has thus graduated. So, and all of that went with her. So, we are also looking into Juarez High School. We are looking into Lincoln Park and another high school, and we're also going to get our community-based Interact Club at Link Unlimited up and going hopefully this year. And Job One committee. Oh, look at that. And so Job One, it's all over, but we're now getting ready to start recruiting employers for Job One and getting that going. We hope to have the application up on the platform by December this year, so they can start doing applications over the winter break and get the help and make sure they get all their recommendations in on time. And so we are looking for people to join the committee to help us recruit employers and help go out. The biggest thing is helping recruit students also. So if you know of any community groups that we can send the information to outside of just schools, because just going to the schools isn't working. So we need to find some other community-based organizations that work with high schoolers that we can send our information to so they can get it out, or parents groups, because our moms make it happen. So find me a couple of moms group. I'm sure we'll have a whole bunch of students coming in. And question and answers. Anybody have any questions of anybody in the group and their things? No? Sarah.
It's not a question. But
Okay.
regarding your parents group, the Healthy Schools campaign, Karen Marcy did last week, that might be a good place to start to get.
Yes, it's not on. It's on.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that might be a good place to start. And also, there's a lot of like. There's a lot of the like at-risk youth groups on the south and west sides. Maybe we can
Yeah.
tap into them as well.
Yeah, we're gonna try to tap in with the Boys and Girls Club. That's always a big one. Maybe the YMCA and the YMCA groups. But we're gonna work with the Kappa League with Wayman's or Kappa chapter. We've worked with them before. But any other student groups that we know of out there that we can really reach out to and get that information out to, maybe go out and give a presentation to them, to that organization, let them know what we're about. Any business organizations that we are not already working with, we would like to do that. So that is with that for that. And so other announcements and things to bring up that we don't have slides for. So Richard is back. He was here last week and we're glad to have him back again. Robert, sorry, I got the R right. Sorry.
Oh, thank you, President. Yeah, I'm from Leicester Rotary, and I suppose I ought to say something about Leicester because it's a Roman town and it's the last resting place now of Richard III, whose body was discovered in a car park lot marked R, which is a bit of folklore. But in actual fact, had the body not been destroyed, people were aware that it was probably handed to the monks in the monastery as it stood before the Reformation. So it was actually located under the altar of the monastery. And it's now housed in a museum. So, historically, it's fascinating, really, because it's the end of the death of him on the battlefield, and Shakespeare is absolutely right in his interpretation as we see it. It's the end of the Yorkist Lancastrian battles and the Tudors and the start of the Tudor dynasty that led to another whole set of problems. But I was originally for a member of a club in Wigston, because we had about half a dozen clubs around Leicester, and 2 or 3 of them have closed because of a lack of membership and an aging membership. And so myself and a colleague joined Leicester, which is by UK standards quite an old club. So basically, we have similar problems, I think, to you about getting young people involved and increasing the membership. But we are doing better in Leicester than we ever did in Wigston. So that's a nice thing to know.
Awesome.
But thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, and I don't think we have any visiting guests online. Those are all of our wonderful members. Okay, so he already talked about membership. There's a couple of things I want to point out, and so if you have not at this time already, if you could please call the office and set up your annual or monthly donation to the Rotary One Foundation and to the Rotary Foundation. Marshall, do you want to say anything about the foundation? Come on up.
You know me, Alita, I never turned on a microphone. So we really need to establish this monthly giving. Last year, a decision was made to really encourage people to sign up to give each month. The foundation is in really good shape. Bob just reported to me that the portfolio is doing quite well this year, all things considered, especially given what's going on in the world. And we're doing a lot of really great projects. I really wanted to encourage people to think about going to Bolivia. I think it's going to happen in January, and you know that's an initiative that came out of the first 5 clubs, which we formed in 2020, and the chair of the international committee of the LA club really has, and Marga and Shada have really stepped up and to make that happen. And it really fits in nicely with what we did in Senegal. But it's an opportunity to do what I'd hoped we could do during my year, which was get a group of our members to travel to an international project that we were working on. And there's now plenty of time to plan that trip. It's going to be a group of Rotarians from all the first 5 clubs. It's a great way to network with them and to really get out in the field. But to make that kind of thing happen, we have to give money to the foundation. So it's really important that you sign up. So call Trish in the office and get that set up. Thank you.
Okay, and we already talked about the member spotlight. What else that I didn't write down? Yep, thank you. And also, you know, join committees, everybody. Like, obviously, most people in this room are on a committee, but those committees are really important to the work that we do, and we don't want to get people burnt out. Being a part of committee or even just going to the committee meetings to find out what we're doing is super important. Upcoming meetings, bring a friend, always. Gyrator. All of our upcoming committee meetings, PR and marketing is this Thursday. DI committee is next Tuesday. Community service committee is always the first Thursday of the month. Membership meeting is the second Tuesday of the month. And then international service, what is that? The second Wednesday of the month. All on Zoom. Our upcoming events this evening, Rotarian Tyrone Bledsoe is doing a speaking engagement at Loyola University, and they reached out to us to come out and support him. He was really excited to do that and really wanted us to come out and support. So if you have the opportunity to go by Loyola University tonight and hear him speak, that would be great. This Thursday, we have a social at Epiphany Center for the Arts. So we're gonna have she's gonna do some wonderful music, but we're also getting a tour of all the art in that facility beforehand. It's a really beautiful facility, has some wonderful art pieces throughout. Right now, I'm going by myself. So, I mean, if somebody else wants to come and hang out with me, I'd really appreciate it. We always have our Friday roundtable. I believe 2 weeks ago, we had a group of 15 that came in from Pennsylvania, and we all had them at the round table. It was a really awesome time. We really get a lot of Rotarians to just kind of show up and hang out, and it's usually always Ted and Richard are there, so they're always a lot of fun to hang out with. Have a good martini with Richard. You know, it's awesome. And then we have Bernie Green on September 26th here at the ULC. So if we could all please register on time by Friday. We need to give the ULC our counts on Friday by 5 o'clock. So it's by noon, sorry, even more. So it's really important that we try to register by noon on Friday so we can get those counts to the ULC. And then also if something comes up and you end up not being able to come, please let us know as soon as possible so we don't have any food waste or things go, or us have the wrong counts for the ULC. Let's just try to be a good partner to them too. And I understand things happen, We always accommodate for maybe 2 or 3 walk-ins, but we try not to have a lot of walk-ins for them also. And happy birthday to Tim, Mark, and Delia. Unfortunately, none of them can be here with us today, but so happy birthday anyway. Yay! And then always do our social media. If you see anything that comes up on our social media pages, please share it. We are starting to make events on LinkedIn and Facebook for all of our meetings. So when you see those, if you could share those out to your contacts, it really helps to get us in that algorithm that everyone talks about in Facebook and LinkedIn. They do work. They get us out in front of other people, in front of people that we're missing, because they like to send events out to people. Go, hey, this might be an event you're interested in, based on the things that they do, and they don't necessarily know we're there. So it's a great opportunity for us to do that and get out in front of more people. And before we do the it wasn't up there. I didn't do it. They didn't put it in. But yes, October 3rd, we have the Illuminati's fundraiser. Everyone needs to come out. If you can't come out, and you can order a pizza anytime between 11 a.m. and 10 p.m., I believe. Like the whole day, if you order a pizza and say you're ordering for the Rotary Club of Chicago, please, we get Illuminati's going to write a 20% check of everything that we raise from those 3 locations that'll go to the foundation. So Marshall will stop so we're not in trouble with Marshall for not raising enough money this year. So let's do it with pizza. I'm going to be on the south side location by Midway on 64th and Cicero, 66 and Cicero. Sarah's going to be downtown at the State Street location. Laura's up in the Lincoln Park location, but she has too many people, so you should come to me in Sarah's location. If you couldn't tell, it's a competition on who has the most people to come out. And we can learn to use that Ignite and take some service selfies while we're there, so that we can see how well that works and how that comes out. It goes straight to the office and to our PR and marketing committee, so that they have those photos as we do them, and we don't have to remember to send them later. I did have something else I want to say, but you threw me off. The piggy banks. So every week, the piggy banks are always there to give a donation to the Rotary One Foundation. Sometimes they may go to an organization that we're speaking about, but that organization will be ours. So if everyone please like to make a small donation, a big donation, write a check. If you write a check, you can get credit because we know who it came from. See, that's how that works. But there are also QR codes on the table. If you don't have cash, you can use the QR codes on the table to also make a donation to the foundation. And I did have something else. I can't remember because she said Illuminati's and it threw me off of what I was thinking to do. We're all eating pizza. We're all eating pizza. However you like that pizza. If you're downtown, you can order from the State Street location for your offices. Hint, hint, for those who are downtown and support the foundation. And with that, if we could all rise and say the 4-way test. Sure, Marga. Fabulous. Yes. Thank you, guys. We love the gyrator. It's been looking amazing. And all the member spotlights in there have been awesome. And we need more of those and other spotlights. Please let us know about great things that happen. Like we featured Neetha and Lisa when they won their award for Scene Changers. When Hervé had his award. These are all things we want to celebrate our members, but we don't know till you tell us. So please let us know. So with that, the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Number 4, will it be beneficial to all? And number 5, will it be fun? Yes. And with that, we're adjourned.